Hey, happy family. This is Pastor Don Rhodes of Build Upon the Rock Marriage Enrichment Ministries. I first just want to say congratulations to Chris and Jasmine. They successfully finished premarital counseling. They are now husband and wife. So we wish you guys the best and God bless you. But today I want to talk about crossing the line. Don't cross the line. There's always a line to cross. And we're going to look at Proverbs chapter 3, Proverbs chapter 22, verse 3. But there's always a line. You want to make sure you don't cross that line. For example, so when I met my wife, she had long, straight hair. I mean, it went all the way down her back. It was just beautiful hair, and I loved her hair. I've always been a hair man. One of the things I prayed for in my shallowness as a young man before I got married, because I loved hair. And so when I met my wife and she took her little bun down and her hair just flowed down her back, it was amazing and it was wonderful. And so maybe 10 years ago or so, she just wanted to do something different with her hair and she wanted to go natural. So she's been natural now probably for 10 years or so. But I wasn't really understanding what she was saying and why she wanted to change. So I tried to articulate it in a way that I could understand. So what I would say to her, okay, so you're trying to make your hair more nappy. And she didn't say anything at first. Right? And so then the second time, and she went natural, and her hair, she had it curled up and really tight, pretty curls, and it was nice and big and puffy. I probably shouldn't say puffy, but I told her again. I said, you did a good job, because if you're trying to make your hair more nappy, you did it. And so she finally told me. She said, don't tell me my hair is nappy. And I realized something. Okay, I crossed a line, right? So we have to know what the lines are and be careful not to cross those lines. Proverbs 22 verse 3, it says, a prudent man foreseeth the evil, but the simple pass on and are punished. It says, a prudent man perceiveth the evil and hides himself. That's what it says, that a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hides himself, but the foolish pass on and are punished. Now that word prudent just simply means cunning, the smart man, the wise man. It says, so a prudent man is able to see the evil. The word evil just means bad. He's able to see the bad before he gets there. He's able to see, if I continue to go in this direction, if I keep doing what I'm doing, something bad is going to happen. It says, so the prudent man foreseeth before he gets there, right? You don't want to spend your whole life apologizing. You don't want to spend your whole marriage trying to make up for something ridiculous and unacceptable that you did. You have to be able to foresee it before you get there and stop yourself. It says that the prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, right? That word hide means to cover. So what he does is he stops and he covers himself. He protects himself. He protects his spouse. He protects his children. So it says a prudent man, he's going to see it before he gets there. He's going to see it on the horizon. He's going to see it down the road. He's going to see that I'm approaching a danger point, but he's going to stop and he's going to cover everybody. It says, but the simple pass on and are punished. Now that word simple is very interesting. That word simple means foolish, but it also means seducible, right? It means seducible. But the seducible man passes on. And that word pass on means to cross over. So it says, but that seducible man, he crosses a line and he goes too far and he's punished for what he did. So what we're talking about today is being able to see that line and being able to stop yourself and say, if I continue in this matter, this is going to be harmful. This is going to be negative towards my marriage. This is going to be negative towards my relationship. If I continue to say these things, if I continue to act this way, if my behavior doesn't change, something really bad is going to happen in my relationship. And in a more practical sense, we have to examine ourselves and look at ourselves. If we have, as husbands, if we have female associates or female friends, we have to know what that line is. Right? We have to know what that line is. We have to be able to foresee the trouble. Listen, you have to question yourself and ask yourself a question here now. If you get more excited about seeing that woman at work than you get about seeing your wife when you get home, there's a problem. You need to foresee this evil coming and you need to hide yourself and you need to cover yourself, right? If you're more excited about talking to some other woman than you are to talk to your own wife, or you're equally excited to speak to some other woman as you are to speak to your wife, you have to foresee this evil coming and understand nothing good can come from this. So now you have to stop. You have to cover yourself. You have to cover your family. You have to cover your wife. You have to cover your marriage. It says, but the simple, the seducible cross over. They cross the line. Understand what the lines are. I don't need to talk to you outside the office. I don't need to talk to you outside of school. I don't need to text you outside of working hours, or we're not talking about business. Whatever you want to talk to me about, we can talk about it at 9 a.m. when I get into the office. See, don't be seducible. Don't be so easily taken. Don't be so easily smitten, right? So you have to know what those lines are, and you have to be able to foresee the issue. People always say, we're going to do a teaching called It Just Happened. But guess what? Adultery doesn't just happen. You don't just accidentally have sex with somebody you're not married to. It's not like catching the chicken pox. It's not like tripping and sliding into a puddle where you walk and, woo, I think I just had sex with somebody. That's not how it works, right? These things happen. These things happen from a series of occurrences and things that we do from a lack of wisdom. So the word of God says that a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself. But the simple pass on and are punished. And what are those punishments? Those punishments of your wife or your husband never trusting you again. That punishment of your children looking at you and never seeing you the same again because they know that you did something horrible to their mom or to their dad, right? So here's the point of everything I'm saying, that be able, have the wisdom and ask God for wisdom. It says if a man lacks wisdom, let him ask of God who gives liberally and upbraideth not. Ask God to give you the wisdom so you can see, and also just use some common sense. If somebody just giggling all around you too much, you know the joke was funny, but it wasn't that funny. Right? If you just always got to go and just kind of find a reason to go talk to sister, what's his name, or brother, or whoever he is, stop that. Cover yourself, cover your family, cover your marriage. And listen, and don't be seducible. Never, ever let another person think that they could have you if they wanted you, right? So that's it today. This is another 10-minute meal. If you found this to be helpful, if you found it to be beneficial to you, please like, share, and subscribe, and pass the word. We want to help as many marriages and as many families as we can. And listen, your marriage can be successful. You can be happy. You can enjoy this thing for the rest of your life. So we love you and we bless you. All right, bye.